So what a day it has been. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today, if you didn't know, Israel is being added as a nation in War Thunder, and I'm sure many of you have already seen the extensive coverage from many of our other creators here in War Thunder. So I'm going to be covering just some of the more basic stuff that is going to be the ground forces for the Israeli tech tree that is upcoming. But please keep in mind, any and all personal biases I may have for the subject at hand is going to be left entirely at the door the moment I hit that record button, which is right now. So any and all things I say is going to be based off my own opinion of how I view certain vehicles, which again is not going to be based off my emotions, but is going to be based off entirely factual conversations and topics, etc. So please bear with me and try to remain as civil as you possibly can in the comments section if you could. And also, my voice is a little torn right now, so bear with me, okay? I might have some slip-ups. So let's move on with this conversation. Now, Israel is going to be getting the aviation tech tree as a first thing for their nation here in War Thunder, which is already a well-known fact. However, the one thing I want to go ahead and cover is the upcoming ground forces for the Israeli. Now, they won't be getting it in this major patch, which is a huge bummer for me. Although, it does make sense when it comes to most of the vehicles that are going to be coming in, as well as the removal of all the existing Israeli technology from the marketplace, or excuse me, not the marketplace, from the store page. Now, if you are someone who has been eyeballing the Magash or the Shot Cow, you have a limited amount of time until all those vehicles are removed from the store and put in their respective place for the upcoming nation of Israel. But let's talk about some of the vehicles that are going to be added into War Thunder, at least from my speculation, or at least from what I have been seeing in the, I guess, kind of leaks, as well as those I've been talking to as of late. Now, yes, Israel has one of the most combat-proven vehicles in the world. Of course, it makes a lot of sense. Their political geography is very unstable right now, and of course, they have to have a very good, upstanding military force, as well as armored force, to deal with whatever comes their way and vice versa. And yes, they can be considered a copy-paste nation, which would make sense. It's not a phrase I like to use very often, but again, it does make sense, simply because they have vehicles all over the place from a few domestic vehicles, but most vehicles come from the US, Britain, France, as well as Russia itself, with captured Syrian T-62s, T-55s, T-54s, etc., which I can well imagine are going to be coming into the game. Some good examples are the M48 M60 chassis, as well as the vehicles themselves, the Magash 7C, and the Sabra, as well as some Shermans, the M51 Super Sherman, I guess many people like to call. We have the Shot Cow, the Dalat. We also have the Graf, which is basically an M113 chassis with a tow missile. We have, of course, some IFVs, the Tehran's. That is something I am very much going to be looking forward to. Captured Syrian T-54s, T-55s, and T-62s, as well as their modernized counterparts. Yes, surprisingly enough, they have modernized vehicles or variants of those captured vehicles, which is going to be very interesting. Kind of think of it like the T-62M1, but a little bit more modernized. Thermal optics, fire control systems, laser rangefinder, laser warning systems, and so on and so forth. At least that last part is something I kind of read, but I don't think it was introduced in there. And then, of course, we have some good SPAA, the M42, which is kind of okay, the Hovet, which is an M163, more or less, and then I guess another one, which has a Stinger missile attached to it, which does make a lot of sense, of course, and it would be the first one in the game, assuming they do add it. And, of course, we have the Merkavas. Now, the Merkava series has been one of my favorite vehicles in the game. The Mark 1, the Mark 2B, the 3D, and of course, we are going to be getting the Mark 4, which I would not doubt would make the top tier lineup for the Israeli tech tree, and those vehicles are very much combat proven. And I can well imagine we will also be getting some premium vehicles along those lines. Maybe a captured Syrian tank is a premium, as well as maybe a Merkava or a Magash. Maybe a Magash 7 variant would be a premium, because those are just nothing more but upgraded M60s with 120s, better engine power, better composite armor, and so on and so forth, or added composite armor. And when it comes to their firepower, most of it is already known in War Thunder. The M322 shell for the Merkava Mark 3D is basically the CO3143 round I just covered recently in the Ariete series. It did get a slight nerf, but it does make a lot of sense if you're going to be making that your top tier shell for the upcoming Israeli tech tree. The Shot Cows, of course, have the M111, they have standard APDS, and they have some heat rounds and HESH rounds as well, so that's very much to be entirely expected. Although there's one area I don't really think will be coming anytime soon, and that is the helicopter tech tree. Now, they don't really have, I think, too many domestic helicopters outside of some license produced ones, but I don't really think they will be coming into War Thunder anytime soon. Although if they did, it would be way too soon. China needs their helicopters, as does I guess some upcoming helicopters for already existing nations. Although Russia is going to be getting a very modernized Mi-28. Can you believe that? You guys thought the K-50 was bad enough? Oh boy, you guys have no idea what you're in for right now. But there's one topic that many creators have not been covering, at least not into good detail, and that is the reaction of the community. Now, I'm no stranger to being, I guess, harassed by smaller parts of the community, which thankfully they're very small, and you guys who don't do that, you guys are awesome, just saying. Usually I would attribute it to the fact that I am a content creator, such as a streamer, YouTuber, etc. And that's just something that really happens to us. It's one of the reasons why I turn off my chat. Although, when it comes to Israel, that is a very, very touchy subject because, well, let's just say whenever I get to play my Merkava tanks in Sim, well, sometimes I get bombed or otherwise killed by friendly teammates unnecessarily simply because I'm driving a quote-unquote Jew tank. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. It happens so often. It drives me absolutely nuts. But it's sometimes nice to see those players get banned simply for that action. And that's one thing a lot of people just don't seem to understand, is that by adding Israel, it's going to bring about a very controversial subject, which unfortunately kind of relates to the whole China-Taiwan thing, which we're all currently experiencing right now in War Thunder. I mean, those who are wielding Chinese and Taiwanese flags are kind of going at each other in a team kill fest. I mean, it has been really bad in aviation. It has been pretty bad in Sim as of late, and it's not something I'm going to go ahead and show you guys in footage because it's very bad and I don't want to promote that behavior. And yes, by me bringing this up kind of puts a target on my back, but let's be honest here. This is something many people have to say, and I'm very disappointed to really see that in certain parts of the community, but that's where I want to go ahead and say to you guys, try to remain civil with the subject and the situation. I know I shouldn't be saying this, but I really hate to see the negative behavior in a lot of community members, and it drives me nuts every single time. I love the wholesome community, but there are those really bad eggs, and to them I say, grow up a little bit. Yeah, this is a video game. We're all trying to have fun here. Even myself, even all other creators for that matter. We're just having fun. We're just making good videos for you guys to enjoy. We have good microphone setups, good cameras, bowling hairline apparently, which is a really big thing for the War Thunder creators. I have no idea why. Please keep your comments to yourselves, please. Okay, I know I have a big head. So, yeah. But in truth, that's all I got for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know exactly what you guys think of some new vehicles coming in. I did probably mess up some information. Again, I'm using a list right here that I have in front of me of current existing Israeli vehicles, as well as, I guess, Yom Kippur 1967 vehicles that I'm currently looking at in front of me right now. These are all speculations. Hell, maybe these vehicles won't even be added into War Thunder until next year. Who knows? Maybe they're not ready yet, but I can well imagine this update will bring about not only the aviation, but in the upcoming updates, it will bring about some of the premium vehicles for the ground forces. As per usual, we'll be getting about 2 or 3 premium vehicles, which in turn will allow us to grind out the upcoming Israeli tech tree in a closed beta format or in a full-fledged release, which I would give sometime spring of 2022, give or take, so around February, March. And so I leave this off to you guys once again. What do you guys think about the upcoming nation? Is this something that has been very much desired by the community, or is it something Gaijin should not have done for very obvious reasons? Feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. And again, all I ask you guys is please remain civil, remain respectful. Otherwise, that will be the last time you ever comment on my channel or my stuff ever again. I hate saying that, but I try to be wholesome. I try to be positive. I try to be constructive. I make mistakes. I'm a human being, and I apologize for that, but please try to remain civil as best as you can. And with all that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this talking head video. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of gameplay in the background. I had a ton of fun with my Merkavas as per usual, and I will see you guys not only in the next video or even the streams, which you should totally check out. Link down in the description below if you guys happen to be interested in seeing, of course, a live face of me as well as some gameplay of some higher tier stuff. And I'll see you guys in the game itself. Until next time.